Hi, everyone. Welcome to Networking at Scale. At Scale is a series of technical conferences organized by Meta, and we have an ongoing set of them that cover general systems, mobile, database, and other areas. Near and dear to our hearts is, of course, Networking at Scale, where we focus on the experiences and lessons from our fellow operators who build and manage global at-scale distributed networks. Now, our last Networking at Scale was back in 2019, and we're really thankful and grateful to be here again, given all that has transpired and changed in the world. As I was looking back at some of our previous Networking at Scales, the recaps and videos of which are all online, I recalled our last one had the theme of network reliability at scale, and that was perhaps appropriate given the last couple of years. Today, the applications we use constantly and heavily rely on the network more than ever before. Even though we all had these VC applications readily available, and I could have done a video chat with my parents every weekend, I didn't, but now I do. During the pandemic, day to day, our children attended classes online for a while, and those folks who could work from home did so, again, relying on the network. As a personal story, my daughter, while she was still in high school, she was able to have virtual orchestra practice and concerts. She was playing violin in her room with her headphones on and looking at the camera and at the screen with 20 other chamber musicians. Now, like any other good networking parent, I started asking her, how does this work? How do you handle the delay? What devices were you using and how are you tuning the apps? I actually still can't believe it worked, but there they all were making music together in a remote virtual environment. Personally, I also attended and celebrated at a friend's wedding. We shared virtual birthdays and graduations with relatives and friends. We played online and joined VR, all the games and activities we can do there. Of course, it wasn't all celebrations. We grieved, we bonded, and shared tough times. But through it all, I'm thankful, and we've all been thankful for the technologies, applications, and companies that let us connect like we are doing today. So from the application perspective, a great network is invisible during all these online connections. But the network can all of a sudden be obvious when the voices sound choppy or the video freezes. And it was funny, some of those same relatives and friends I was connecting with, who maybe never really understood networking, they were now starting to talk to me about bad delay or jitter, or checking the connection quality statistics, or running pings during their calls. We all became networking experts over the last couple of years. Here at Meta, we published a couple of papers last year about the surge in network usage that started at the onset of the pandemic and has really continued unabated in how we adapted to it. So when Rajiv Krishnamurthy, your host MC for this version of At Scale, came to me and he said, we really need to get networking scale back on this year. Transport seemed like a very appropriate theme for us. After all, many of the at-scale companies were thinking about transport issues, especially during the pandemic. How do we efficiently and quickly move data across the network, handling congestion and maintaining performance and reliability, and providing extensibility through innovations in the transport layer? How can software automatically learn about and monitor the network? And how can the transport application and even the underlying hardware all be co-designed to meet the application needs? How can we unlock completely new systems designs, keeping in mind the transport technologies? Overall, the goal is to understand and improve the network systems to ultimately improve application experience. It could be for the internal services like storage, machine learning, or other distributed systems, or it could be for the actual apps being used by billions of people around the world, including my daughter's orchestra and my parents, but also all of us who connect, watch videos, or work and play daily. All of these things are at the border of transport. And I really find that transport is this area that is that interface between the applications and the underlying physical network. And it's really kind of where the applications meet, the rubber meet the road. So as I wrap up, I'd really like to thank our production company, Hit Play, with Melan, Sonia, Chris, Jay, Mario, and all the other wonderful people there. I also want to thank our organizing team from Meta, Rajiv, Vanessa, Luca, Bharat, Tanuja, and Neil. This has been a lot of work pulling together what we think is a great couple of days for you. If you look at the speaker lineup over the next couple of days, we've got folks from Cloudflare, Fastly, Google, Netflix, Microsoft, and Meta. And we're thankful to have all of you here today to listen as well as to engage with our panels. With this, I'll hand it off to Rajiv, our MC for this edition. Thanks.